All right, all right, all right, all right, all righty. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say, this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, Ahia has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Oh, it's just time to talk. And I'm going to do just that. And I hope me talking and speaking some things will help someone that's out there that's really seeking Yah in a way that is off the chain. And I know that they are out there because it's just something the Father could keep putting on my heart. You know, it's like He says, the harvest is ripe, but the labors are few. It's almost like He got His ready. And when I say ready, they are marked in their forehead. But those that's working in the body of Hamashiach is still giving information unto the body, just so we can continue in our lane and hold on to His unchanging hand and know that it's almost that time. It's time to get up and to get out. But you know what? My focus is not on how He's going to make that move. It's not even focused on when. It's just I want to be right in my heart. I want to feel right. I want to be in the right place at the right time. You see? I don't want to be caught in the world of sin, sitting up playing patty cake, baker man in this midnight hour. I want to be found by Yah in a place that He knows. And not that I know, but that He knows. But I don't want to be found out there in the darkness in the midnight hour. So that's why Sister Deborah continued to make videos. It's because I'm still in the race. Should I bow out? Should I stop? Should I quit? No. I'm going to continue to run the race, the journey, because I know that there's others that's out there that's in the body of Hamashiach. It's trying to even just find a place within themselves. And their place don't mean they have to subscribe to Sister Deborah. They have to come on YouTube and hear Sister Deborah. No, it's a spiritual seeking. Their place is in Yah and in Yah only, not Sister Deborah's place on this devil platform, not her subscribers and her likes, but Yah. Somewhere along the line, people have gotten off any and everything that has to do with the Father. I think about when He told me, what do you think if He create? This is what He said to me. Now look, you crying over one individual. He said, what about me, Deborah? I created everything in the world, from the smallest to the biggest, and everything denies me. So isn't that something to feel sad about? Isn't that something to really cry about? When He told me that, I was like, I felt so convicted because I never saw it like that. I wanted Him to bless this young lady because I knew what she used to be, and where I saw her, her mind was just gone. And I was like, but why would you allow her mind to go out like that, Father? All these years, good 20 years, and all of a sudden she out. mentally gone. And he said, but Deborah, you crying and you hurt. He said, have you ever thought about how hurt I am and that I cry? I'm telling you all, I froze. I was like, and I was on the floor, hooping and hollering. I froze. And I said, I got real quiet. And I listened to that quiet voice say, what about me? I created the whole world and everything therein, from the smallest to the greatest. And all of it denies me. So shouldn't I be crying? Shouldn't I be hurt? But just him saying that made me look look within myself and realize and say, wait a minute, that's something to think about. Because we don't see it like that. We don't think we're doing anything. We think we all that answer. We think it's about us, our feelings, our personal opinion, our emotions. That's one of the most dangerous stage of life to be in. It's me, my feelings, my personal emotions. It's caught up and caught down. My feelings are hurt. To me, that's something that Satan could probably and have done a lot of great work in that area. A lot of deceiving people in that area. Because people really think everything that's going around the world, everything that's going on, they think that they feel in some way it's about their feeling and how they see it and how they believe it and how they accept it or how they disagree with it. Not thinking that the world revolves around you. The world is not you and everything they're in. So Sister Deborah says it's time to talk. It's time for me to talk about some things. And I got what, 5 verses, chapters and verses here, and I'm not going to hold you long. And I want to say to you all that it's something in me that feels as if we right there. I mean, right there. I mean, really like right there. Something spoke to me this morning, and it says the length of time it took Noah to build that ship, that ark. That time has already passed us up. Since he has given the charge, not us and what we read and what we see. No. Remember Sister Deborah was saying to you all that I'm going to show you how scary this is. See, the world knows how long it's been, but you all don't. Let me kind of help you out. Let me show you how Satan already knows that he created evil and wicked for the days of evil and wicked. He knows those days have been. We just so ignorant thinking it's when we feel it is or when we think it is. You see, we don't understand that it was said Noah worked on that ship. I mean, it took, I think, something like 100 years before the flood. When the Father say that time has passed as it is today. So it ain't gonna be because you awaken and now you get 100 years or so much time to get it right. So when he come, he told me this early this morning, like 7 in the morning. He say that length of time Noah had has already passed by this time. He's saying that. That's why I'm saying that I think this, I feel this thing is here, y'all. It's because he's saying to me that don't even look like or think as if it's time, still so much time before he get us out of here. No, no. We know that the Gentile time, it's over. We know that. I definitely know without a doubt it's been a quite a while since he been judging the house of Israel, the tribe of Judah. He's been judging the tribe of Judah, y'all, up and down. Only thing now is he's judging the tribe of Judah by the fire. They're being judged by fire. That's a greater level than just judgment. Okay. But he's saying that don't think that it's on down the line 20, 30, 40. No, he said, no, not even that. Nowhere near that. I believe when he said that to me, he was telling me it's right at the door. I'll be there. Just hold up. I'll be there. It ain't no time on down like people right now talking about Trump. They was talking about Trump the first year Biden had was in the House. All about Trump voting again. Same way today. They always talking about the future. When y'all saying to Sister Deborah, don't be counting on the future. He know I ain't into no voting. Y'all, Sister Deborah probably voted maybe once, maybe twice in her whole life. I don't get it. I never did get wrapped up in all that. Never did. And he just saying that the world can plan. But this country, it can't plan. It has to come down. Now, Russia can plan, maybe China, African, but this land, it has to come down. The system of this land, and it has to come down. But before it come down, and he's not talking about like, okay, he's going to come tomorrow and then it's coming down next week. He said, mine is coming out. But this place is coming down. The system that has been supporting this place, and this place that has been supporting the system so that the whole world could see them to be the power punch because of the crookedness, the wealth, the merchant, and everything they have done to kill, steal, and destroy just to have what they have. Now, I'm not saying that the other countries wasn't partaker. They got theirs coming too. But this one has to come down. The moment Ahia take his out, bam, it's going. So it's going to be a lot of your brothers and sisters still here, still in her rectum. They're not coming out. Matter of fact, they love YouTube too much and what YouTube is giving them. You think they're going to come out of YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, Patriot, and all of those? No, honey, they ain't going to come out. No, they ain't coming out. They too far deep. That's how they really feel this thing. And they never look at it as, wait a minute, this place had these platforms have to have been set up by Satan himself. Oh, they don't see that. These people on this devil platform, especially the tribe of Judah, they don't see that. They think this the best thing going on for their whole life. And I'm serious, y'all. Y'all might think Sister Deborah just talking, even though it's time to talk, but it's the truth of the matter. That's how many of them see these platforms and not seeing it for what it is. Why? Because they can't see in the light. But he is taking his up out of here. And he have said to me this morning that no, it's not. And I was like, I'm going outside to feed the dog, and it was said, now it's not going to be years like it took Noah to build the ark. And I'm like, what? It's not going to be years, Deborah, like it took Noah to build the ark. He said, this here been working years ago. And you know what? And now that I'm bringing it up the way he said it, if you really think, look at the movie 2012. Matter of fact, you can look at movies way back when you was a little child that took place. I know it's one where the world was ending. Oh, and they were all trying to build. They had built a spaceship to go up to space, and only the wealthy people can get on. Oh yes, I don't think I was no more 6 years old, but I remember that movie, and that was a long, long time ago. Y'all, come on now. That's longer than 50 years ago. So what the Father is saying is, Deborah, Satan knows his time is near. It's a sad thing that the people who say they know me are not aware of me, or as far as him coming or feeling something from him to warn them. Be ready. Don't be stealing, killing, and destroying out here. Don't be in the wrong place at the wrong time, which is it's going to be many. Many. That's the whole ideal of the 10 virgins. Not having what they needed. That's an example to let you know there are going to be a lot left. See, if people, the tribe of Judah don't see it like that. They're seeing it as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob bloodline. We all going. Something somewhere is wrong. Something is somewhere is wrong. And it is not for Sister Deborah to try to figure out what it is, because I believe the Ruach HaKodesh has already revealed it unto me. I just got to embrace it like it is totally finished, like he said. And don't think that someone else can come back up and change what he already revealed within me. It is finished. It is over. And like I say to y'all, and you all might say, well, why does she say that all the time? Deuteronomy 28 endgame is one of the most powerful endings. It is the most powerful ending to where we at today. It's an end. And it's told you how the outcome is going to be. And it makes a lot of sense. When I say it makes a lot of sense, it fit in the puzzle. It's one of the puzzle pieces. But you're not going to get many to really dedicate themselves to it, read it, and say, wait a minute, wait 1 minute. This is saying da. Oh, no, you ain't gonna get not one. You're not gonna get not one. You're not gonna get not one. Not one. Not one. You're not gonna get not one. Because many are not ready. They're not ready to give up what they got going on. And they're not afraid to let no one or allow. They don't care if one knows. I'm not ready. I'm not going to work because I got too many things to do here. I got to plant my garden because I'm planning on having everything I need in the next 3 years. That's not somebody that's full of the Ruach HaKodesh. Matter of fact, that ain't somebody who have the spirit of the Most High. Because we're supposed to be ready so deeply within. Even though we still here, we have to have a ready spirit to say, yea, yah, yea, yah, I am ready. I am ready, Father Yah. Most of these people, oh no, my son got to go to college. My daughter graduated from the 12th grade. I ain't going nowhere. Oh, my mother turned 65. I got to go to her 65th birthday party. Oh, ain't nothing. And that's where people gonna get caught up from the floor. because that is people who are not ready. They're not ready in the natural, and they're not looking in the spirit of readiness. They just out here. Okay. So Sister Deborah have 5 chapters with a verse that I want to go over here. And we're going to start with Acts. Acts chapter 2. In Acts chapter 2, verse 23, 22, and 23. Acts chapter 2, verse 22 and 23. And Sister just gonna talk. And she's gonna talk because earlier this morning, this is the topic I was trying to make a video on, and I wanted to make it short. But when the Spirit of Yah gave me Galatians, that just that just did it for me. I had to turn away from this, and it was all right with me because I felt that thing. See, that's what I'm saying. It's one thing when you can hear this thing, but when you feel this thing, that means you in there. That means you are in there. Okay, in Acts chapter 2, verse 22. In Acts chapter 2, verse 22, it reads, "Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yeshua of Nazareth, a man approved of Yah among you by miracles and wonders and signs which Yah did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know." Now, just hearing that touch base with me in my spirit, in what I was revealed, in what I was taught. Because if you listen to what is being said, let's go there again. Okay. Acts chapter 2, verse 22. "Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yeshua of Nazareth, a man approved." Ooh, y'all. Do y'all hear what it says? A man approved. A what? A man approved of Yah among you by miracles, wonders, and signs, which Yah did. Hold up, Deborah. What are you trying to say? Going back, kind of piggybacking on what I was talking about earlier today. Somewhere along the line, we missed something. And that is Yah's power. And when we miss that power that carries a name, we miss the name. So there is something going on that one could go through scriptures and see that, wait a minute, something is missing. This is why we can't heal our bodies. This is why we can't lay hands, open the blind eyes, the deaf ears, raise the dead, in which Yeshua said that we should be able to do once we what? Receive that power. That's what Yeshua said. He said that's why you will be doing greater signs and wonders, because you don't have that power to do so. See, Yeshua was given the power for the mission. So that's why he said yours is going to be greater, because the power that he's going to give you is they're going to be there until you what? Die. It's going to sit right there. It's going to now live in you. It was just given to me for this mission. And I did. What did he do? He did miracles, wonders, and signs. But wait a minute, hold up. You're going to do greater miracles, signs, and wonders than I. Because this power is coming straight to you. to be living in you. You see, this is why he was saying we should do greater. You see how we have compressed that which is greater in us, and we running around here, wondering why we so sick, wondering why things are the way that it is and why we can't move mountains. Now listen to this here. He is saying here in verse 22, Acts chapter 2 and verse 22. Ye men of Israel. He's speaking to the men. He always speaking to the men. Hear these words. Yeshua of Nazareth, a man approved. See, you see that word approved? This is what Sister Deborah was speaking. And I know I shouldn't, but if the Father allowed me, I'm just going to do it and let him do the rest. And that is try to teach people what took place before the foundation of the world. Yeshua of Nazareth was approved. A lot of people don't understand he was an angel in heaven. He was made lower than the other angels for the mission of the sacrifice, to come down here with the Father's power, word, and spirit. But he was, listen to this. If he was Yah, oh, Father, I see where you're going. Oh, I'm going to be in trouble, Father. Yah, I wasn't waiting for that. Let me show y'all what he gave me. He said, why would Yah need to approve himself? That's what he said to me just now. So tell them that. Why? Listen to this. The words in verse 22, Yeshua of Nazareth, a man approved. Why would Yeshua need to be approved if he is Yah? That's what he just said to me. That's a good one there. That's a good one. Because I think that power was that name, y'all. That's that same power they had in the old. That power started in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, us. That Genesis was Yah right hand and stretched out arm, which was given the name, the Son of Yah, the only begotten, meaning the only begotten right hand of the Father. That's what that was saying. I'm going to give Yeshua my only power, my only word, and my only spirit. Praise the mighty Yah. And I'm going to let somebody like you, Deborah, know that is my only begotten son. And what did he call his only begotten son? The Son of Yah, which is Yah. Don't that make sense? Instead of saying that Yeshua HaMashiach, as you read, you'll see the separate entity in the both. And the reason why they missed the name is because the name was in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Guess who knew about it? They knew in the Old Testament. Where is Maya? In the Old Testament, they knew. They knew that the Son of Yah was the Father. Because that's why Nebuchadnezzar said, wait a minute, didn't we put 3? Wait a minute, it looks like there's 4. Look like the Son of Yah. Yeshua is not the Son of Yah, people. You won't find any scriptures telling you Yeshua, the Son of Yah. It says the Son of Man. And you know what I want the Father to do for me? just for me, I want him to let me have some understanding, if it be his will. If and only if it be his will, give me the understanding of how did we as people not know these things in which we know today. That shows you that we've been lost for a long time, up until the year of 2023. We've been lost. And it makes me see it more and more clear of how lost we are as a people, period, as his creation. I would love, and I think I would probably go to the wilderness to ask him that question when I get there. Wait a minute, I got a question. I want to ask you something. Because the more I talk, the more he visit me and give me things that I never and hadn't had the fullness, the more I realize that, wait a minute, Father, I'm as dumb can be. I'm as blind can be. Because every time he's giving me something, I don't see it as I'm the dumbest, but I'm saying that to you all in a way of showing you, not even me. This is why he talks to me throughout the night, the midnight hours, the early morning, the during the morning, in the water, in the tub, when I'm driving. This is why. It's so much he want me to know. Because just like I just said to you all, here he said, it said here, I believe this was who? Peter. This is Peter. He said, ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yeshua of Nazareth, a man approved of Yah. And guess, I'm going to tell y'all something I just found out today. Guess what I found out today when I did that earlier video? When I did the earlier video, I found out that the apostles, the epistles, back then, they knew the truth. They knew it. They knew it. They knew it. What happened to us? They knew it. Because if you really think about what Sister Deborah is saying, the Son of Man is the man, the flesh that was born of a woman. But the Son of Yah is what the word called Christ. It is Hamashiach. It is the right hand of the Father, his power. It is his spirit and it is his word. It come down to work with in one Yeshua, the Son of Man, that he may be able to fulfill that sacrifice mission from the heavens before the foundation of the world. The disciples knew that. For Peter to say, approved of Yah, the world and you all, and many of you all, will say, well, wait a minute, Yeshua is Yah. But wait a minute, hold up. What's Peter talking about then? Why do Yah has to approve Yeshua? Because Yeshua was just strictly an angel made lower than the other angel for the mission of the sacrifice. But Yah said, sit here on my right hand till I make that earth your footstool. How am I going to do that? With my power, with my word, and with my spirit. But you sit here until I do that. Now, you see how people will say Yeshua is Yah? This is showing this what it, and something else today I said. It shows me that all this time, when people talk about different religions, you better watch yourself. Because a lot of them are saying things that is right. Y'all told me that about 24 or 5 years ago. Don't nobody have it all, Deborah. Some of them telling a little of something right. Yeshua is the Son of Man. Yah is the son of Yah. That's what Yeshua needed in him to come to perform. That's why when he was on the mountaintop, he was talking to Satan as if Yah was separate from him, which he was. It is written, did he tell Satan? Why was he saying that to Satan? Father, you going there again. I see where you're going. You taking me there. I see what he doing. Now, I don't even know what I'm doing over there. But I get it. I get it, Father, y'all. I get it. Why was he telling Satan it is written? He was locking into Satan. Heaven's already got it wrote down. What are you talking about? See, I'm telling you all, come to know who he is from the inner man, not the outer. Learn to shut your mouth and be a hearer in the spirit of the words of the Most High or higher. Learn to do that. So here, if you see in Acts chapter 2 and verse 22, ye men of Israel, hear these words, Yeshua of Nazareth, a man approved of Yah. Peter knew. Peter knew. But I knew Peter knew because when Yeshua asked the disciples and all of them, who do they say that I am? Oh, they say you Elijah, you John the Baptist, you a prophet. And then he said, well, who do they say I am? Peter said, oh, no, that's the son of Yah. See, Yeshua knew he was the son of man. And for Peter to be able to know that the son of Yah came down, only one that could have told him that, Peter said, hold up, I'm the son of man born of a woman. I'm flesh and blood here. I didn't reveal that to you. He said, only one could have done that. It's the Father in heaven. You see? Only one could have told Peter that was Father in heaven. Because that wasn't something Yeshua was supposed to come down here and speak on and tell. He wasn't supposed to come down here and separate himself like that from the Father. So for Peter to be able to say the son of Yah, then Yeshua knew that Peter knew the truth. That's why Peter got the keys. See, that's what I'm saying to you all. Father don't go out and hand out his keys to these people that you see on these devil platforms. He ain't handing his keys out to these people. Because now one of them can open up the door to spirit and truth, nor to the light. He ain't giving them no keys to no kingdom. They be lucky if they get a rock. So, and it says in 22, approved of Yah among you by miracles and wonders and signs. Listen to what it says. Which Yah did by him in the midst of you. You see what Peter said? That led me to realize that them are truly my brothers. They are truly, truly, truly my spiritual brothers. Praise the mighty God. And this is messages for someone that's out there that's going to and fro that understand exactly what I'm saying, because this is what they knew. But they couldn't hear a mouth to speak it, nor an ear to hear it. And to get onto this devil platform, even if it's just that one, and hear somebody speaking like the Spirit has spoken unto them, the mysteries that is not a mystery, because it's all in the light today. Now, I want y'all to hear that. And I know that might have flew over a few heads, but just listen to this. This is Peter. And we're still in 22. And he says, approved of Yah among you by miracles, wonders, signs, which Yah did. Wait a minute, hold up. Which Yah did or Yeshua? Who did it? Why is it said which? Why is Peter saying miracles, wonders, and signs, which God, it says God, Yah did by him. Yah did it by him. You see? This is what Yeshua was telling us all the time, y'all. He has showed us such a perfect route to the Father. Praise the mighty God. He has shown us the perfect walk. And we turn around and went every way outside of the walk that Christ walked to give us an example. That was a beautiful example. Always making sure everybody knew the power of the Father. That's beautiful. He always, these things that I do, it's not mine. This is of my Father. He always referred us to his Father. Where did we go wrong with this trash we teaching? Where did we go that far out in the ocean? How did we get that far out to be speaking the trash that we speaking? It's what you call deceivers colleges, because they feel if they could deceive the people through speech, through long words, through different language, speaking Greek, Hebrew, I got them now. Mastering Torah, I really got them now. See, everybody's trying to master something just so they can deceive the multitude. And y'all sitting here telling me, Deborah, you know it don't take that. I said, yeah, I know it don't. Not all that time you spend with me as a child, as a little girl, I tell anybody any time of the day. What are y'all running behind these people for? The one that I come to know, it didn't even take all that. And I'm still walking in the light and in spirit and truth. 60 years later. Don't tell me who I serve. You better find out who you serve. Okay, now listen to this. Listen to how Peter's saying this. And a higher approved of Yah, the Yeshua of Nazareth, a man. You see how Peter calls you? Now listen to what Peter said, y'all. He said, a man. Wait a minute, Peter. What you mean a man? What did you know, Peter? Peter said, Deborah, shut up. You know I got the keys. Peter said, Deborah, shut up. You know I got the keys. I know better. I got the keys to the kingdom. I know better. You know, Peter sitting here talking. And he said, Yeshua of Nazareth, a man. A man approved of Yah. Among you, by miracles, wonders, signs, which Yah did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourself also know. It's another mystery in that. It's another power punch right in that. And I didn't even see it, but I see it now. He was approved of Yah among you. How? Oh, Father, I just thank you. How was he approved? Among you. When you see among you, you see something about to be said. How was he approved of Yah among you. How? How was he approved? By miracles and wonders and signs. That's Yah's right hand of power. That's Yah approved of Yah among you. How was he approved himself among you? That Yah had, what did he say? Approved him. How did he prove himself among you? That Yah had approved him. What does it say? Look at the word by. He proved himself to be that which Yah approved by what? By the power of the Father's right hand. By miracles, that's the power. By wonders, that's the power. By signs, that's the powers, which Yah did. Peter went on and told it like it is. Peter, you ain't no good. You ain't no good. Peter went on and told it like it is. Peter told it and it didn't cut nothing. He just went straight to it. and it says, which Yah did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourself also knew. Peter ain't no good. He ain't no good. But they're my brothers. I'm true to say, those are my brothers. Oh, I have come to know them. Those are my brothers. I mean, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Because Peter was telling you, he approved Yeshua of Nazareth. The Father did. Among you. And how you know he approved Yeshua of Nazareth among you? He stepped in and did wonders and signs with his power. Tell me. And this is also what I was saying to many of you throughout times. You walk around and you say this, you say this, you say, but no power. Come on now. What's going on? One thing I learned, and I don't think I learned it in my flesh. I think I learned this in my spirit, is that just because you have the power, don't use it and abuse it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can actually have the power and use it and not be the right way to use it. So even then, you have to watch out. I'm a living witness. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. You have to really watch out. Now, listen to this. Look at verse 23. So there are so many good things in verse 22. I see why they want to get rid of the New Testament. I'm telling you, Peter and Paul, they just told it all. You want me to tell y'all the truth? They told it all. Peter and them, Paul and them disciples told on all the Hebrew Israelite men. They have told on all of them, because everything that they say they have awakened to, that they have found, or what they understand, the New Testament, where these disciples are walking and talking, it outweigh any book that ever been lost. Woo, Father, y'all. Now listen to this. If there are so many books that's missing that they took out, all our information, why is it none of those books bring you to the power of who the Father is? Come on now. Only one could have done that. It's the 12 disciples and the disciples and those that follow them. They brought us closer to the realm of the power of Yah and Yeshua. So even if we missed the books that they took out, what good was it for us in the New Testament? It couldn't redeem us. It couldn't show us the power of the Father. It couldn't show us how swift the Messiah was. It couldn't tell us about Yeshua. None of them books that was lost, because they know that all them books they talking about has really something to do with Torah. And they want to hang you on a tree in Torah where you will never find a light in the New Testament. And that's sad. And I don't call them the New Testament, but I'm just sitting here talking to y'all. Just as I'm speaking to y'all, y'all wouldn't even know the Father is speaking to me. And that's why I'm laughing like this. It's because I can feel him in here telling me all kind of things. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't have that wrote down. Wait a minute, where you going with that? You know, I praise the Most High. I praise the Most High. Now, in verse 23, Acts chapter 2 and verse 23, him being delivered by the terminate consul, and foreknew of Yah, ye have taken and by wicked hands have crucified and slain. This is Peter. Listen to what he says in verse 23. Him being delivered by the determinate consul and foreknowledge of Yah. Peter telling you something there too. He telling you, wait a minute. Yeah. How could we be caught up in lost books, y'all? When you don't even see the light that's in front of you in the new. So how you gonna be back in the back trying to tell somebody about Torah? Torah can't give you no revelation. You got to be redeemed, and you ain't gonna be redeemed by hanging from a tree in Torah. You ain't gonna be it. Okay. So listen to this, and this is why I was saying to you all, even how he was telling these people. He said he was telling them back then to do not mix with other nations. The only reason the Father was telling them that is because he had to bring down the bloodline. And he didn't want them mingling and mixing with other races because he had to bring down a pure bloodline all the way down to the Messiah, to where it wasn't even the pure bloodline. Guess what it was? It was Joseph. It stopped at Joseph. Okay. Mary had a blood seed from the Father. You see what I'm saying? She had a seed from the Father. Okay. That was a bloodline seed from the Father. She had two of them. She had the spiritual seed and she had the bloodline seed from the Father. Okay. So therefore, he still needed to keep the trail coming on down. And that's where Ruth and Naomi came in the scene so they can bring back Bozak, which was the husband and son that died. That was their kinfolks. Bozak. I think I'm pronouncing his name. That was their kinfolks. So he was bringing them back. You see, he was connected. Two. Wait a minute. How many we had died? We got three. The two sons and the father. I'm gonna swing that. I'm gonna swing that thing on down. What happens with that? What happened is when we put so much emphasis on the flesh of men and women till we forsake the mission of Yah, the purpose of why this was done. And when I read that whole story, I really enjoyed it. But when he told me, as I read it, I'm gonna tell you something. Here goes Sister Deborah. I got a question. Look, don't ask me no more questions. Let me just tell you what's what. He knew already. I had already spotted the answer. He knew. And I said, wait a minute now, Father, y'all, and this was about 20 years ago. I said, do the people know it? I always do that. I always ask him, do they know it? And you know what? Just knowing today in these last days, people don't know nothing. They don't know nothing, but it's the Father's will. He gives it to whom he wants to have it. And he has every right. Don't think he don't. He got all that power. You better watch yourself. So, so when everybody get on to Moses, baby, y'all got to see what he said to Moses and Aaron, that they ain't gonna reach to the promised land because of their unbelief. You don't hear nobody preaching and teaching that about Moses. Everybody put Moses on a pedestal. And this is what has happened. We have failed to read to show ourselves approved, not letting somebody read to us or somebody tell us what it says, but read to show ourselves approved. So when the Ruach comes, he knows that you didn't already did your reading and your studying. Okay. So when you come, he put the puzzles pieces together for you. But if you trusted in the flesh of man and the flesh of woman to study for you and give you what it says, then you missing it. The Ruach is not going to be the successful spirit of Yah that it can be in you, because you're still looking at somebody else's flesh to give you what he said, I will give you. You see, I will be that to you, to teach you all things. You're so used to everybody else and scrolling through all these Facebooks and YouTube people speaking that ain't even called. These people ain't called. These people ain't appointed nor anointed. They don't have no light. But that's what the people like. Okay. Now, in the verse in Acts chapter 2, verse 23, it says, him being delivered by the determinate midnight council. Who was? Yeshua. Yeshua was delivered. Remember, they delivered him up, okay, to be what? Crucified, right? And you see Peter sitting here putting and. You see what he finna say? You know what Peter finna tell y'all? Peter finna say, but wait a minute, hold up. I got something else to say. The foreknowledge of Yah. He letting you know. Yeah, they delivered him to be crucified, but wait a minute. It was the foreknowledge of Yah. Ye have taken, and by wicked hands have crucified him. But it is the foreknowledge of the Father. Father knew about it. It was his will. It was his way. You see? And that's what Peter is saying. Peter sure got that key. I know Peter got that key. Peter can open some doors. He can open some doors. So even him saying the things that Peter is saying here, it helps me to understand why people wants to do away with Paul, why people wants to do away with the New Testament. And now it makes a whole lot of sense. It's because there is so much light in the New Testament, and the people that ain't right in the end days, which we are in, they don't like the light. So that's why they want to make the light dark, like unto who they are. They know it's the light. Okay, so in Matthew, what time do I have here? So in Matthew's chapter 23 and 27. Matthew chapter 23. Oh, that's the wrong page. And 27. Matthew chapter 23 and 27 and 28. Where am I going? Okay, 27 and 28. And it says, woe, in 27, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whites, what's that, sepulchre, which indeed prepare beautiful outward, but are within full of dead man's bones and of all uncleanness. See, this is on the outer part, and that it is so true, and especially today. People are on the outer man, are appearing to be something from the outer, and this also is a deceiver, because people do, I say, a good 85% of people look at a person's outer appearance and thinking that because they might have a head wrap or have on fringes and they got on purple and they got on these things, the men got their heads wrapped, or they got a beard, or they got all this cut off, just anything. They so focus on the outer man. And what did he say? The outer work, but are within, but are within, meaning their spirit man, y'all. Their spirit man, he's talking about dead men bones, and of all uncleanness, mean wicked and evil. And that is so true. And he called them scribes and Pharisees and hypocrites. Okay, now they're looking like they just so intelligent, so smart, and that's the whole part of deceiving, y'all. Like Sister Deborah tell you, I look any way I want to look. If this the way I want to look, this is the way I want to look. I'm not coming on this Deborah platform to look a way that make people see me to be holy than thou. No. Because that's how a lot of people be deceived regarding deceivers. Their first appearance is their outer appearance. And with the Hebrew Israelites, they was in that real bad. They was in that so bad to where the guys that I knew in Texas, he was saying, Miss Deborah, they told me that I had to have my fringes on when they come to meet or something like that. And he was saying, I would just feel real bad being a man having to be told, I have to wear this and I have to wear that. See, a lot of people don't know about all that. But a lot of them don't understand that fringes can't do nothing for you. Sister head wrap, Sister Deborah got on her head, can't do nothing for you. What is it doing something for? What is Sister Deborah's head wrap doing for her? What is it doing? It's playing a role in her flesh. It's only playing a role in her flesh. And anybody that think because I got a head wrap and my dress is hanging on the floor, that I'm holier than thou, they are sicker than thou. There are some sick people. That is the whole idea of people wanting you in the Mormon, and all these different, not just the Mormon, it's all these different religions that follow this polygamy. All of them, they trapped in codes of trying to say you have to look like this, and look like this. Now, I don't know if you all saw on YouTube this one lady, she's a black lady, and she had her whole face covered so you can only see the eyes. And the men are going around marrying them, a lot of them, having lots of wives. This particular one, he married her and never saw her. Never saw her. But he married her. You see? He married her without even seeing. He could have had a man. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of them think they being smart because they making their own religion and they making their own cult, their own wicked and evil. It's, you know what? This is the thing about it. It's nowhere in the world that the Father has created a man to have wives all over the place. Now the Hebrew Israelite men are going over into Africa now. I think they calling it brother passport or something like that. They're over in Africa, you all. The brothers from the United States laying up with the African women, the virgins they're finding, getting them pregnant and leaving them. Yeah, it's a lot of things going on among the tribe of Judah. It's a lot of things that Ahia is allowing to go on because he is so done with them. And they trying to make everything pretty on one side, and it's not, because The Africans are saying they better not come over there no more. And they don't want them over there. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all they doing. It's going, finding these virgins, laying down with them, getting them pregnant, and leaving. And see, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Let me share something with you with that. The reason why you know the Father does not, it is not about what and how these men feel in their flesh. They're living this thing in their flesh. I mean, big time. I know the women think it's about, them being leaders and head and rulers. No, baby, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Because that's not what he said in Deuteronomy 28. You see? But what is happening is, if a man marry a virgin, he's not really marrying her because he loves her or he cares for her or he wants her. He's marrying her because he's going to be the first. And that's an ego trip. Because once he has had her, she's no longer a virgin. You see that? You mean one time and that ends your virgin? Yes, it does. And that's what the men were doing in the Bible. When they wanted to give a written decree and leave their wives. So they can be the first one in the virgin. They don't really have no heart for them or want them and desire them. Oh, they can cook or they can clean or they can do this and they can do that. They just want the power that they can have over and be the first one that enter into their womb. And most of them end up hating them. Most of them end up hating them. End up beating them. And you would never know it. Because that virgin feel now I'm detached to him. And I can never get out of this. He's running. Oh, I can get out of it, y'all. All I had to do is get me another one. You see, that is not of y'all. See what I'm saying to y'all? It is not of y'all. That is so demonic, wicked, and evil. And somewhere in their fleshly, natural mind, they have made it right in the night. Let me say that again. They have made it right in the night. That means night is evil and wicked. And they made it right in the wickedness. And that's why they go around here doing that. And it shows when they running over there to Africa, doing those women the same way, leaving them, but they leaving them pregnant. So that means what? The next man come along, got to take care of the babies that they left. And now she's no longer a virgin. Don't let nobody ever tell you it's about being a virgin. Because that's sickening. That's all sick. Because when you lay down at one time, there's nothing in you that feels for that individual. Because you was wanting only for you to be able to get your pride off. And after you done, you realize, now I am stuck with this. But that's okay. All I have to do is go get me another. You see how sick? Why would you think y'all would create something like that? Why? Okay, let's go to Matthew 23 and verse 27. And he's talking about the outer appearance of the men. That's full of dead bones and of uncleanness. That's wicked and evil. Nasty. Okay. 28. Even so, ye also outwardly appearance righteous unto a man. But within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. See, he's saying even there are those only outwardly appear to be righteous. What is the Father saying here? He's saying be careful, because there are people on the outer trying to role play the outer of a cult, of a new awakening, of a religion. They trying to appear one way on the outer. That's what Matthew 23 and 27, chapter 23 of Matthew, verse 27 and 28 is saying. Be careful with those people. Y'all don't get caught up in that. Many got caught up in the Hebrew Israelite cult. This is how. That's why they dress a certain way. None of that dressing is going to redeem you. None of that dressing. See, they don't understand that it's not what you are on the outer man, it's who you are on the inner man. And once you have accepted him on the inner man, you become a new creature. Old things pass away. And why would old things pass away once he is in you? Old things pass away. You begin to think different, feel different, walk different, talk different, act different. These men today, these women too, you would never know when they talking. Profanity out of their mouths like they were when they were 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Just everything about them is still the same. But when that spirit of Yah come in you, he works from the inside to make your appearance on the outside fit the need of who you are. Not a cult, a tradition, a way of life, so that you can fit in here and fit in there, so you can look like you holier than thou. He's telling you. Yeshua is telling you. What did he say in 28? Even so, ye also outwardly appearance righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrite and iniquity. Hypocrite and iniquity. So we running around here trying to chase a look, appearance on the outer man, and we have totally forsaken the great one in the inner man that teaches us how to look on the outer man. So this is why Sister Deborah cannot find herself lining up with these people in all these different Hebrew Israelite movements. It's because I know that you can't tell me that you wrapping your head because Yah told you that from the inside. First thing he's going to tell you, come on, we're going to work with you from the inner man. Once we get you right on the inner man, it's going to teach your outer man what is appropriate. And if that outer man decides to wear something that's not appropriate, that inner man, your own spirit, going to tame your flesh. And furthermore, you have to also understand you cannot go around here trying to uphold a tradition, y'all. You can't do it like that. You can't do it like that. I'm going to tell y'all what I learned. I learned the power of the heathens and Gentiles in how we dress, how we carry ourselves, how we look, everything, even how we eat. They tell us how we ought to look. Because I'm going to tell y'all, do your search. These dreads, these people running around here taking. Word, the way people are conducting themselves as far as they look and their appearance, let me tell you something. A lot of people don't understand those are the ways over in Africa. Because those women and men of Israel and the tribe of Judah, you might have had some that wore dreads, but they had their heads together. The white man has taught us that we should, if we're going to consider ourselves to follow our own tradition, this is how y'all look. This is what you're supposed to wear. And that's why you see people with men walking around with their head all scattered all over the place. Look like they just got out of bed. That is not your culture. But the white man has told you and showed you pictures. This is what you look like. This is who you are. This is your culture. We ain't got sense enough to search our own and see let's see if our mothers back in Sarah day dressed like that. I can bet you she didn't. I can bet you Sarah didn't walk around looking like that. like a mop head on a stick. But what they got you, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. The look of the Hebrew Israelite women are identical. Let me tell you what it's identical to the slaves. That's what it's identical to. And I will not accept the fact that that's how we looked in the promised land, the richest land on the face of the earth. Use a lie from the pit of hell. Use a lie and a lie and a lie. We, as Hebrew Israelites, tribe of Judah, especially, I really lean toward them. That slave master look, them women, the way they looking, the way they are wanting to dress to make these men think that I'm submissive and I want to dress like this. This is my culture. Use a darn lie. That is the slave master's culture that you've been living for a long 400 years. And that's what you went back to. And your men put you back in that same slave master dress code. Go back and look at slaves. They got their head tied down, long dresses, no color, nothing. They just don't care about nothing about themselves. That's how the tribe of Judah want their women to look. Because if you look like that, it's a lot of things about you you're not pleased with. There are women that would talk so deep about a black man married a white woman and a white woman married a black man. Sometimes I wonder, are you mad? Are you mad because you didn't get you one? Because you got to understand that where we're at today, it ain't for you and nobody else to run way back in Torah and tell people that he said we wasn't supposed to mix. You didn't, let me take, oh, Father, yeah, you finna go there again. Oh, I didn't know you was going to go there, but that's a good one too. We have disobeyed him since the beginning of time. Ain't never done what he told us to do. But why is it we're going to uphold his standards now? How's that? And we trying to uphold it without the Ruach. We want to get this dress code together. We want to get these feast days and these holidays that we serve, all from Torah, back in the old, bring it back up into today. And say that's our living, that's our culture. That's yours. Because use the food, and you're going to be a fool. Because everything that they have brought back this way, guess what? The disciples shot it down. Paul stood up first. What you mean that these here Gentiles and heathens have to be circumcised? No. He went to Peter and they stood up to support him. No. They don't have to be circumcised. You see? Peter said, how y'all gonna put that on them? When this was put on us, we didn't abide by it, but now you're gonna put it on them. Peter was telling the truth. He said, the things that y'all trying to put on these people, we didn't uphold right. See how this is why I was telling you, they want to get rid of the New Testament. This is why spirit and truth is being brought out in the light. And they don't like it because they thought they was going to have this newfound religion called the Hebrew Israelite, and they was going to tell their story. They're going to make it their way. Now, why is it not important mixing races today? Why is it not important? Why is it not important? Ahaya is not chasing a bloodline anymore, y'all. Think. He's not chasing the bloodline anymore. That was to keep the bloodline pure all the way down to Joseph. He's not chasing that line anymore, y'all. Matter of fact, when he grafted in the Gentiles, they become the same seed as Abraham. I know it. Somebody gonna be mad at me, but you think I care? That's spirit and truth. They're gonna be grafted in. Why are you seeing stuff like that, Deborah? Because before the foundation of the world, through belief and faith, they were grafted in already. It didn't have nothing to do with you. It didn't have nothing to do with them. Heavens had already orchestrated their name in the Lamb Book of Life. So you think Yah is down here chasing a bloodline? You think Yah is down here chasing white, black? No, Yah see from heaven, hey, it ain't no white and black. It's no male and female. It's no Greek nor Jew. It's no nothing anymore. Deborah, tell him the same Yeshua HaMashiach that died for us, died for them. Does that make any sense? When Yeshua come up in Matthew 25, he said, what did he say? Yeshua in Matthew 25, he said, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And what he gonna do? Check this out. In verse 32, and before him shall be gathered all nations. All nations. And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divide his sheep from the goats. While we sitting here trying to make it a black and white thing, the white people, when they have the heart and the hatred and the perpetual hate for us, those are Satan's already predestined for the hell. But we as a people don't understand that same lake of fire. Wait a minute. You mean that lake of fire? It's going to have all nations in it? Hold up. You mean the Hebrew Israelites going to be in that lake of fire? You mean the heathens and Gentiles going to be in it? You mean China going down? You mean Russia? You think he's caught up in the flesh? Y'all ain't never been caught up in the flesh. Only time he was caught up in the flesh is when he was bringing the Messiah down. And he wanted all the bloodline to connect. Why? Because that would be the bloodline in the flesh and the bloodline in the spirit. Come on down. You see? All the way to Joseph. The Joseph that married Mary. And it froze right there. After Joseph, no more bloodline. I'm not chasing no other bloodline, Deborah. I'm not chasing no bloodline. It's not about bloodline. It's about spiritual bloodline. That's what it's all about now. So to know that this white person, this is the thing I say to anybody. I don't care what race you get involved in. If the both of you all don't put Yah first, you all are damned. And that's very hard for a mixed race to do. If you can't sit down and put this before you, that we're going to serve in our house, we're going to serve Yah. And be able to share with each other your history as you know it. And embrace and learn to accept, then you don't have no business mixing with other race. All these little things, people trying to stricken people, running way back into Torah, getting information to try to whoop somebody down because they don't want them with a white or a black. These are people lost without a cause, still trying to use that deceiving spirit to control people. Let these people alone. Why ain't nobody talking or whooping down on spirit and truth? Why ain't nobody taking the light and shining it before people instead of he say, she say, all that old sick mess? He's not chasing a bloodline anymore. That's when he was chasing the bloodline. Then when you get to Matthew's chapter 1, I'm going to show you what I mean. And I'm out. Okay. In Matthew's chapter 1, and I like what the Father was saying earlier about the appearance. That's showing you, no. Because with me, I feel good if I have a bubble bath, if I have certain oils or fragrance or certain earrings and certain, that makes me feel good. And for all that to be done away because of somebody's tradition, you better kick some rocks. You better kick them far away. Okay. In Matthew's, and one thing I'm going to tell you about the Bible to me, the Bible is an instructions and direction guide. Okay. And the Ruach is the teacher. If you go to your job for your first job, you go to a job and they just got hired, they're going to give you an employing book. You go to college, they're going to give you a bunch of books. No matter where you go, you're going to get a book. Now, Yah has a book with instructions and direction. There's some of the things that's in here are written by his finger, but the only way you're going to know it is through himself, not through the teaching in the flesh of men. That's what he meant by put your trust in no man. Because when it come down to wanting to know spirit and truth, you got to trust him with that and him only. Okay. In Matthew's chapter 1, it says the book of the generations of Yeshua HaMashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Okay. Yeshua HaMashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. What made Yeshua? Now listen to this, y'all. I know y'all gonna miss this one, so just listen to this, and then I'm out. Sister Deborah's gone. In Matthew's, the Gospel of Matthew's, it says in chapter 1 and verse 1, the book of the generation of Yeshua, the son of David, the son of Abraham. And verse 2 said Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac begot Jacob. Now, what you have to understand, the generation of Yeshua HaMashiach. Okay, now Sister Deborah finna say something that's very powerful. He's going to wake a lot of y'all up. When he's talking about that, the book of the generation of Yeshua HaMashiach, this is what he was trying to keep pure. The generations of Yeshua HaMashiach. He was trying to keep that line clear, pure. He was trying to keep that line pure. All the way down to Joseph. What do you mean pure, Deborah? Spiritual and natural. That's why he took that on down from David to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and on down. He was keeping a line of bloodline in the flesh and bloodline in the spirit coming on down. All the way to who? Joseph, husband of Mary. And you know what's deep about it? He bagged up. Said, hold up. I'm finna do something new. I'm finna do something different. Now I'm going to turn the seed into her. And that stopped the bloodline from What it means is all these in Matthew's chapter 1, as you read all the way down, those are the one came down the bloodline, all the way to Joseph, the one that was going to marry Mary. He was setting up the bloodline of these men. They're all in the same family. And the spiritual bloodline of these men. They all came down, belief, righteous, faith, and fear. They were branded all the way down to Joseph. So what did Joseph have in common with the child in which Mary was carrying? Did Joseph have anything in common with Yeshua, the Son of Man? Yes, he did. He had the spiritual bloodline, the seed. Belief, righteous, faith, and fear. They some kin in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual bloodline. Ain't that deep? So therefore, even though people say that when Joseph and Mary never knew each other or didn't know each other, but they did. It's the belief, righteous, faith, and fear that was the seed that even Abraham and David and Jacob and all of them had, all the way in Matthew, all the way down. They had that seed of righteous belief, faith, and fear. All the way down to Joseph, Mary's husband. So is he some kin to Yeshua HaMashiach? Yes, he is. By eternal life, by seed. What seed? Eternal seed. The promise that Abraham also received. The seed that Abraham came through is the same seed that Yeshua had. That's how him and Joseph were some kin. The best way in the whole wide world to be some kin to one another is in the spirit. So I, Sister Deborah, say unto you, I hope you got something out of it. And I missed three chapters with verses because I kind of went over more than I wanted to. So I hope that you got something out of it and that you continue reading and putting the Most High first in your life and seeking him for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in the what? Spiritual realm. That's the true family. That's your true family, y'all. I know y'all won't get that. I know I can say that. I probably could say that 1,000,000 times and not one get it, but it's okay. I'm glad that Ahaya gives me the opportunity to live and not die and be able to say that. It's the spiritual bloodline. The seed is what we are lacking in unity because we don't understand the power in the seed, in the promise of eternal life. We think it's about each and every last one of us. Oh, I got it. No, baby. It's bigger than you. So I, Sister Deborah, say I hope you got something out of it and have a wonderful evening because I will be back. Shalom and shalom.